Hello, Steve Townsend here from Townsend Handcrafted Whips, and I'm going to take this opportunity to just get some information out to some of you who may be newer to whip cracking and newer to whips. Just let you know what the parts of a bullwhip are, and you know, maybe some basics on how to hold it. But this whip in particular is an 8-foot 16 plat whip made by Joe Strain in the crystal skulls motif. But anyway, so you know, this is the handle portion of the whip. Inside here you have an 8-inch steel spike, and this is called the heel knob, which is covered with a Turk's head knot. This whip has a 4-strand or a 4-plat wrist loop, and it is by this heel knob that you would typically hold the whip. This is called your transition knot. This is where the whip transitions from stiff handle to flexible thong. The flexible portion of the whip is called the thong, and out at the end of the thong we have this piece of leather here tied on, which is the fall, and this is called the fall hitch. And then at the end of that fall we have the popper, which is actually the piece of the whip that is going to break the sound barrier. So those, rather quickly, were all the you know, parts of a bullwhip, at least. Now there's a lot of other kinds of whips, stock whips and snake whips. I guess I get into that another video, but this is just for bullwhips. But back into holding the whip again, it's, you know, this is going to act like kind of a swivel in your hand, so to speak, but you don't want to hold the whip by the handle. You want to hold it by that pommel or the heel knob. And there's two basic schools of thought regarding the typical usage of a whip, which is, one would be to hold the whip and to crack the whip holding it like this, where it has what I would call its belly towards the ground and its back up towards the sky. But the way I use a whip is to hold it like this. That way you're using the whip's natural alignment for you. It's going to make it easier to form this loop and crack the whip. So, you know, if I'm doing a cattleman's crack, I'm holding it like this. If I'm doing an overhead crack, I'm going to turn the whole whip and do that. So you hold that pommel and allow the whip to swivel in your hand, and keep the whip aligned according to what crack you're doing, whether it's the cattleman's or an overhead or a sidearm. You're constantly turning and aligning that whip based on that coil. So anyway, just a quick basic video on the parts of a whip, bull whip, and basics on how to hold it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.